Hey everybody, I'm Monty,
What's up? It's your boy B Squared.
and the first 5 episodes of House of the Dragon, we seen it. Guys, got a special show today with a special guest here. Let me get my a little better situated. B Squared is in the building. Of course, you all remember
Of
our
course.
controversial show recap we did on Moon Knight, where we moved past the
Yep.
bigger and better things. Um,
Way
so
better.
today we're going to give you. This is the show I promise we're going to give you. Me and Ronaldus will do our recap. We're doing our well. You will see this after, so you've already seen the me and Ronaldus recap. This is our top five show. All right, we got B Squared in to give his little input. First of all, B Squared, tell us, man, what did you think so far of first half of House of the Dragon?
The first half, I really enjoyed it. It was like a slow build up. It was like a little bit here, a little bit there. You get like a little bit of Game of Thrones flashbacks here and there. And I just love how they did that and how it's like a prequel, but you can see that it is a prequel because a lot of, other stuff just do prequels afterwards, just to have something. But this you can actually like see the connections and it's just fun to see them unfold.
Yeah, very well done. It still feels like a Game of Thrones type show, but
Most definitely.
it's making its own way. Have you okay? Let's have you seen the preview for next week?
I have not seen the preview for next
Okay,
week.
I'm not going to say anything. You know what? I'm a whole. We'll forget that. Forget what I said there. So let's go. Okay,
All
we're
right.
going to give you guys our top five characters in order. So we're going to start five and then work up to number one in order for the first half of the season. So far, it's been a great season. I've been pleased with it very much. I really do think it's living up to the hype, So we're going to give you our top five. If we have an overlap, we'll try to just, we'll conduct it that way and we'll see. But so B Square, I'm going to start with you, man. Who is your number five? Your number five favorite. We're going from five, four, three to one. So who you got at the number five slot?
Okay. This is number five. I would have to say maybe Damon.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
have Damon higher, but
I
give
know.
me
I know.
give me your reasons why.
Okay. I really like the character. I really do. It was just a matter of like which one do I place here, which one do I place there. But I really love his character, especially when he took over. I forgot the spot that he took over with all those
Oh yeah,
people.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot.
The
Was it
island
like
crab.
crabs?
Something
Something.
when he beat the crab guy and then the island place. Yeah, yeah. Once he
I don't know. I might have to reconsider, but when he took that place, he went in by himself. He
yes,
went in by himself.
yes he did.
And that was my favorite scene that he was in. And he just started going ham on everybody.
Yeah.
Didn't care. He didn't care. So that was one of
Came
my
out.
favorite scenes. But he's number five just because I don't know. I just had to put him somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll change over time, but most definitely he's on the list.
Got time. Got a whole half of the season. Okay, I'm gonna go number five. My number five is Sir Otto Hightower. Otto
Number
Hightower, of course, is Allison's father, and he's
mhm.
giving me the Littlefinger vibes, and that is kind of the
He is
lifeblood
kind of
of
like
the
Littlefinger.
shows. He's a hand of the king. He's kind of the whisper. He's kind of trying to manipulate. As soon as the king's wife died, he immediately sends his daughter in to go have Allison just be a friend to the king, and he's working it. He's falling out of favor at this point. Come episode five, I don't know where he goes, but I love the guys behind the scenes trying to puppeteer and things like that. I'm sure we have not seen the last of him, but he definitely gave his daughter a warning about what to come in terms of her future and her children's future. So he know a little thing or two. So I'm going Otto Hightower, number five. All right, we'll go snake style. So my number four, I have
Hmm.
now. You know what? I'm kind of like you. He could definitely go up more, but right now I have Lord Corlys Valerian at four. Lord Corlys, of
Hmm.
course, he married into it. His wife was supposed to maybe be the queen. She got snubbed over for Viserys. So he tried to then have his young daughter be the next one to marry Viserys when his daughter died. He chose Alicent. He stormed off, kind of plotted against the king. You definitely can't trust Corlys, but I love the
No.
character. I feel like he's playing the game the way it should be played. That last episode, he made the king come see him. He
Yep.
wouldn't walk out to greet the king. Like Corlys know the game, man.
He's big time.
He ain't playing games. And so now he's now engineered that, his son marries, Rhaenyra and all that. He's moving chess pieces and all that. Might not end up good for him and might end up great for him, but I'm definitely on the Corlys train. He is my number 4. B squared, who you got at number 4?
Okay, I might have to switch. Okay, because like got me thinking. I might have to put Damon at number 4, but to replace him at number 5, I put the King. Okay.
Okay, Viserys.
King Viserys, hear me out. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I really do like the King. You know, he's standing his ground for his daughter. Everyone's like, he made a mistake. It's just because he doesn't have a son. He has a son, and he still chooses Rhaenyra. And he just stood his ground no matter what. So he deserves to be on my list, at least for that. And sadly he's gonna die at some point. But he had a good run. He had a good run.
He had a good run. He did. You can definitely say that. So that was your number 4, slipping to 5 and flipping it over. So then who do you have at number 3?
Number 3. Okay. For number 3, Otto Hightower.
Okay. All right. Big O. Tell me why.
Of course, there is Littlefinger vibes, of course, but I like the characters that are like behind the scenes, but in the scenes, he has like the power. He's basically, he can tell the king whatever, and the king will consider it. Like that's some high power for Hightower, no pun intended. But he told him the truth despite how the king would react. He told him the truth, didn't care. He heard it. That's something that not everyone would do, even though he lost his position and all that. But the thing is about him, he's a schemer. Everyone is some type of a schemer. Like you said, he set up his daughter to visit him his most vulnerable time. He thinks like 10 steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I like about characters, where they're like side characters, but they can come back and be like main. So he's my number 3.
You brought up a great point, because he is a schemer, but
right.
he also did the right thing in telling the king. Now,
Right.
we talked about Littlefinger. If Littlefinger had seen Rhaenyra coming out the brothel, he might have held that, used it as a bargaining chip. And me and Ronald has talked about this. When he found out the information, the scene kind of stops and he's kind of looking out like, should I do this? Should I tell him? And he goes and tells him. So, it's levels to the scheming, if we will. And he's scheming, but he still was trying to do the right thing and ended up getting him banished. But I feel like Littlefinger, you know what I'm saying, or Lord Varys, I think they would have used that for leverage, but he didn't.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But shout out there. Okay, so my number 3 is King Varys.
Okay.
I remember when I first saw him, I was like, I don't know about this guy, you know what I mean? And he's not just giving the greatest king vibes, but
right.
At the same time, he is dealing with a lot. It's just a lot. It's a hard transition time. He's stressed out. He lost his wife, lost his child. It's all this pressure. He already is having some ridiculous sickness to deal with. Rhaenyra is super headstrong. I mean, this is a lot for him to deal with. But as I see him more, I'm kind of liking he's trying to just be his own person. I'm not liking that he's staying on his drink a lot, because he's that's the big red flag there. But he's trying his best, but he's just not. Sometimes people get the job and they're not really suited for it, but they stuck with it. And he's stuck with this because he's definitely not handling the Damon situation great. And he's just kind
of
off. But it is what it is. But he's number 3. Okay, we're getting to the nitty gritty. Here. our number two. So my number two
Mm,
is Damon. So you
okay.
had him a little lower. Damon was my number two. Um, I like that he, you know, they make you love the bad guy sometime and then hate the good
Right.
guy. This is a specialty of this franchise. Damon, if you remember, I remember like he lost that joust, and I wanted to see once he lost the joust if he tried to do something dirty and kill.
I
The,
thought he was gonna do something dirty.
you know what I
I
mean?
seriously thought it.
Everybody, and he didn't. So it's like, okay, but he's still doing dirt as well. He's not above the dirt. He just
No.
picks and chooses. But I think they made it a point to show like he's not totally invincible. He can be beaten and somebody beat him. But then when it's time to handle the crab guy, he went to town, handled his biz. He's had so many ups and downs just in 5 episodes.
Right.
Then the whole Rhaenyra mess.
Oh
Now he's
gosh.
back, and then he's gone, and he's back again. But he's got this. He exudes this kind of. Now, what he did to wifey,
That was
I
messed up.
mean,
That was
there,
messed up.
there's
So many
there's
levels.
really there's a school of thought of, was he really going meaning to kill her, or was he just going to leave her there? But then she kept pressing him. We don't know, but Damon he plays by his own rules for sure. So that's my number two. Who do you have at number two, B Square?
All right. All this talk about Damon. Damon's like all over the place on my list right now. Cause like I have him high and then I have him low. So he's just on the list. Let's just say that. But for my number two, I have Sir Kristen.
Ah, okay, all right.
Right.
Tell me why you got Sir Kristen.
All right, hear me out. So for Sir Kristen, right, he's a dedicated knight, from the get-go. He has the battle expertise and all that. He gets this position. He's a very honorable man, you know. You see that throughout since the beginning. And then he messed up with Rhaenyra and all that, but still he tried to maintain his honor, tried to make it right, tried to marry her. She refused. And then, at the party, things didn't really turn out the way he wanted to. The guy was like, hey, you got to keep them safe, I know your secret, basically. And then he just lost it. And he went ham on the guy. And the guy's probably dead. No, he is dead. He's dead.
Oh yeah, he
He's dead.
he gone.
But the thing that makes it like makes him so honorable is even after all that, he should have been sentenced to death, like on the spot. So at the end, he, tries to, get his honor back or die with honor. He stabbed himself and then Allison stops him. Main thing is he's a very honorable guy. He always tries to do the right thing, even though he made, one costly mistake. Well, now two.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was weird vibes. I mean, he did murder a guy right at a wedding, and I mean, we all
Right.
saw it, and it's like,
In front of everybody.
is anybody gonna do something about this? Here's my problem. Here's why he did not make my list. This is the first person I think that was not on. He didn't make my
Okay.
list because anytime one of these characters goes to the main character and is like, let's just leave all of this and just
Oh yeah, all the time.
like, bro, you're not
All
okay.
the time. We can get away from this. You don't have to.
Yeah, no, bro, you're not. You're not leaving. They're not going nowhere.
Never gonna happen.
You're not gonna pull them from this. I mean, you weren't gonna pull Daenerys. You're not gonna pull.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Rhaenyra. They're not going to do that.
definitely not.
That's or that's like when oh man, when my man went to Arya once he became a knight. And he's like, let's just get, be my wife and just get married and we can go away. And like Arya's like, bro,
No.
about that life, and it just is. So as soon as I saw, I was like, this guy, I don't know if he's gonna last. It's interesting though. I thought he was gonna either kill himself or be killed, but
Mhm.
I guess Allison has some plans for him, or she's saving him as an ace in the hole. So I was a little surprised by that. So I'm like, well, maybe he'll make the list toward the end. Who knows? He must be staying around for a reason. But she's she sees something in him. But I just once he said that line to her, I was done. I was like, bro, you got no shot. But,
I was like, man, you had it.
yeah, right. Like
You had one job.
You have one job. Okay, all right. Seems like I have a feeling we're gonna be aligned at number one, but tell me who your number one is.
All right, my number one, of course, Princess Rhaenyra.
Right.
Already, it's obvious
Yeah, yeah.
from the get go, from episode one. You could tell she was that person.
She that
She was
girl.
that person
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the first episode. She knew what she wanted. She knew like how to get it done, what to do, right? And
Mhm.
even one of the scenes I really liked from the beginning is when she got on that dragon and flew straight to where Damon was at, and then set up the whole thing
That was a
right
boss
then and
move.
there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a good move. That was a bad move right there.
I
And she
mean,
just
I remember she was like, "Listen, you can get what you want. Kill me right now, and you can have everything if you want to." She's fearless. Yeah.
she's fearless. Not none of the knights would have done that. None
No,
of them. None of them.
no.
Because Damon would have killed them on the spot. But but
I
yeah,
like
she's
that she just swooped down past Otto Hightower, like, step back, homeboy. Let me just.
exactly like he was just let me handle this.
she's she's something else. She's definitely my number one as well. She is just, I said before on one of the shows, she is to me a perfect mix of Daenerys and Arya. You know what I
Right.
mean? She's got that drive, you know what I'm saying, that want to, you know what I'm saying? But she also, she ain't afraid to get her hands dirty too. She
Deadly
recognized the
mix.
game, and I said, and here's a very key point for this.
Mhm.
When she was out on the town with Damon and they saw that play,
Right? Yep.
and the people, she kind of resented the people for booing and didn't like her and stuff, and she was like, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying, basically, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And even then Damon was telling her, like, that ain't really how you got to do things, but she's got that,
She
these
got her mind
Targaryens,
made up.
man. I
Got her
don't know.
mind made up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that can be dangerous. That's again, these shows, even the heroes, they'll show their flaws and they'll be like,
Mhm.
So sometimes you don't love the heroes as much as you love the villains, but she is definitely, as they used to say, the straw that stirs the drink. She's really, I love a line too where she told her father, like, "You're just trying to get me married off to solve your political problems," and he was like,
You
"No,
are my
you are
political headache.
you the problem."
You're
Like,
the problem.
right, like, you're just complicating everything. But you know, if any woman can really usurp the throne and maybe hold on to her a little bit, it's her.
Most
So,
definitely.
okay, so that's our list. Let's run back real quick. Let's do a quick. Okay, wait. I had an honorable mention too, real quick.
Same.
Okay, well, who's your honorable mention? Go ahead.
All right. Hear me out on this one too. My honorable mention is Alicent Hightower.
Okay, all right.
All right. She gives me the vibes that she's that background character or side character that's gonna do something because each and every step of the way, she has like a big part, but sort of like it's downgraded. So now she goes from just being Rhaenyra's friend to being the queen to
Yeah,
being, her stepmother, which is weird. That
yeah.
was a weird relationship. But the thing is, after Rhaenyra did what she did with Sir Kristen, and Sir Kristen just like blurted it out, but she has all this information. And this guy, I forgot what his name was. He had the cane talk
Oh
to her.
yeah. Another little whisper guy. Yeah.
Right. And she's gaining all this information. So I feel like at one point she's just gonna either like blackmail or she's just gonna blow it all up and something crazy is gonna happen. So like I like how she's like slowly egging on to be that one character.
Yeah, that was I believe it was Lord Lionel, I think, or Lord Lyman. But yeah, she's very much becoming prominent. Like, you kind of
Hmm.
forget through all this, she is the queen now. She ain't just no little girl out here hanging out. And like when she made that entrance in season in episode 5, she kind of just stepped on the scene and dress, and interrupted the king. Like, she is letting people know I'm a player in this too, and I got some things if I got to pull them out. That's a very good pick. I'm actually going with Rhaenys Targaryen, Lord Corlys's wife. Now, if you remember again, it
Hmm.
was King Varys and Rhaenys for the throne, and the old
Right.
king picked over Rhaenys, who technically had a bigger claim.
Yep.
And Rhaenys has had a couple talks, even, just trying to maybe talk some sense into Rhaenyra. Like, listen, these men are not going to rock with you if she's trying to tell her. And again, even with Corlys, she's trying to talk to them. And I think she's trying to tell Corlys, like, listen, man, let's just, because Corlys still kind of wants what he wants. I think she's going to be very important within this somehow, some way, to either influence somebody for the right way, or she might, like you say, I think somebody's going to blow it up. Some point, somebody's going to blow it up. Maybe Alicent, maybe her, one of these people that is a major player. But I think, her and Corlys, their alliance, their marriage, we've not heard the last of it for sure. So I'm gonna ask you this, man. What are your predictions for the rest of the season? Do you have any predictions?
Predictions. Okay. Think. Okay. So of course Rhaenyra is gonna become queen, right? But eventually I feel like there's gonna be like some people who are gonna like gather against her, maybe. Or just maybe it might just be the people themselves. But I feel like there's gonna be like some background to that as well. But also the Corlyses, I guess we can call them that, the Corlyses. I feel like they're gonna play a major role because Rhaenyra is now married to Sir Laenor. The family's connected. That means not only that Rhaenyra's house is stronger, but their house is stronger too. And also, I feel like Daemon is just gonna do something crazy because,
of course,
Daemon is just like he's a wild card right now. And as Rhaenyra and Daemon's relationship, like especially after going to the brothel and all that, it just reminded me of Sir Jaime Lannister and Cersei. And that's just what I thought of, and I feel like all the past events and then the future events in Game of Thrones are going to start, piecing together. That's what I see. I can't really think of anything concrete right now, but I feel like all of it is just going to coincide.
Yeah, and the Daemon Rhaenyra relationship, whatever it is still puzzling. Even at the wedding, they were like doing the dance, and then she was just like, "Well, you know what?
The king
kill everybody, let's go." Like, she keeps pushing him to do something. He, for some reason, around her,
he's gonna do it one point.
Yeah, But I'll tell you my prediction. I feel like another big bad or villain is going to emerge. I thought this, the crab killer was going to be there for a while, but they dispatched him. I think even with Daemon, even with Corlys, I think another major thorn in the side of Rhaenyra or the king, somebody's going to emerge as another big bad. And so you think by this season, Rhaenyra will be queen? I don't know. For me, I don't know. I think ultimately at some point she'll have a throne, but I don't know if it's going to be this season or not. I don't know.
I'm thinking like maybe final episode type.
It could be. She could
lead to the next season.
Yeah, maybe so. But I just think they need another kind of villain or something else that's going to just put a wrench in everything and really just, and then plus what we already know, Alicent knows stuff and all of that stuff. And, we never know, but all right. So real quick, let's run back over our top 5 guys as we end this. I had Otto at number 5, Otto Hightower, Lord Corlys, King Viserys, Daemon, and then Rhaenyra at my number 1, with a honorable mention of Rhaenys Targaryen. B Squared, yours was jumping around, actively moving throughout the whole show.
Yep.
You narrowed down your top 5.
All right. This is my revised version. All right. Number 5, I have the king. Number 4, I have Otto. Number 3, I have Sir Criston. Number 2, I have Daemon. Number 1, I have Princess Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And then for my honorable mention, Queen Alicent Hightower.
Yeah. Okay. Daemon moved up to 2. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, guys, that is our top 5 characters for the first half. Of course, we'll have to come back at the end, give our full recap. see where everybody lands, see if everybody's living. I don't think they will. Not everybody, I don't think, gonna make it all the way
Definitely.
through, but we will definitely do that as well. Thank my man B Squared coming through. He had a busy evening, but he squoze us in. This, of course, is the We Seen It show on the Mighty Sharp Network, but please, you have to subscribe to We Seen It in your own channel. You got to subscribe just to We Seen It.
The button.
Hit that button, please. But guys, you know what to do as always, every episode, every time we're on. Be blessed, stay sharp. Appreciate it, man.
Peace.